So we said pollution is a problem, yeah? Yes. What city has the worst pollution in Taiwan? Really? Kaohsiung? What happens if there's too much pollution? Maybe you cough too much. What else? Runny nose, okay. Allergies, yeah, okay. Maybe you have skin problems. Too many scooters. Is this a problem in Taiwan? Yeah. Tainan, too many scooters. Yeah? What about Taipei? Are there too many scooters in Taipei?
Yes. Too many people.
Too many people, yeah? Homelessness. Is this a problem in Taiwan? The where? Taipei Station. When I went to Taichung, the train station in Taichung has many, many homeless people there. So we have some problems in Taiwan. Pollution is one. Too many scooters. Homelessness. Traffic. Well, you are all smart students. So I want to ask you, what do you think should be done? What should we do about these problems? Well, today we are going to talk about how we can give advice. So one way we can give advice about what we should do about our problems in Taiwan, we can use a modal verb. A modal verb. What is a modal verb? We can say should. So what question can we ask with the word should? Should I? Blah, 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 blah. Any more else? Anything else? Using should. What? Should. What should I or we do? Should I do something? What should I do? When? There we go. When should I do something? Yeah. Any more? Where? We got what? When? Where? Where? How? Oops, that's who, not how. Or who should. Okay, we can do who should too. Who should? We can say, so we have what, when, where, who, why. Any more? How? Okay. Any more? Okay, good. Should I go to the party tonight? You all invited me to the party tonight, right? What should we do about the problems in Taiwan? When should we start working on the problems in Taiwan? Now? Where should we start working on the problems? Taipei, because it is the capital. Who should fix these problems? Why should we fix these problems? Why should we fix pollution in Taiwan? Why? Don't know? How should we fix the problems in Taiwan? And which problem should we start with? These are called, what kinds of words? Yeah, question words. Question words, or sometimes we call them WH words. And how. So question words or WH words. So we can use the word should. How should we? When should we? So we can ask, what should we do about pollution in Taiwan? What should we do about all of the scooters in Taiwan? There are too many scooters in Taiwan, right? What should we do about the scooter problem? What do you think? You should take a bus. Okay? So question, we could start with question word and should, or just should. Should we do something? And answer, we should. So when we give advice, we can use should. So what should we do about the homeless problem in Taiwan? We should help them find jobs, the homeless people. Okay? We can also say we should not. Or we could say we shouldn't, a contraction. Should not, shouldn't. What shouldn't we do to help the homeless problem in Taiwan? We should help them find jobs. So we can say we should, we shouldn't. Another modal verb, ought. Ought. We can say we ought to. We ought to. This is not as common as should. I think British people use ought more than Americans do. We ought to help them find jobs. We ought not to. Is same as should not. But this is okay. I have never, ever said we ought not to. I always say we should not. This is okay, but barely anyone uses ought not. So giving advice, we can make a suggestion. Make a suggestion. Is this a noun, a verb? Suggestion, noun, verb, adjective, what kind? Noun. Make a suggestion. So this is a noun, suggestion. What is the verb of suggestion? Suggest. So suggest is the verb. Suggestion is the noun. So we can make a suggestion, or we can suggest a suggestion. So we can say, I would suggest blah, blah, blah. I would suggest doing. What other verb can we put here? So we have a pattern here. We can say, I would suggest what kind of verb is this? I would suggest verb plus ing. I would suggest verbing. Verbing. My teachers never listen to me. I have teachers too. They never listen to me. What should I do? Should I email them and say, hey, I have a problem with you? I would suggest emailing them. Okay? I would suggest, what do you do with an email? Writing an email to your professors. I would suggest verbing. We can also say, I would suggest that you what? Verb. I would suggest that you verb. So, I would suggest emailing your professors, yeah? Or, yeah, I would suggest that you email. I would suggest, okay. I suggest, okay. I would suggest that, okay. I suggest that, okay. So suggest verbing, suggest that you verb. So 2 ways to make this suggestion using suggest. So we have should, you should, blah, blah, blah. I suggest, blah, blah, blah. 2 ways to give advice so far. We can also make our advice into a question. How can we do that? How can we suggest making a question? We have question words. There are 2 question words that we can use to make a question suggestion. What about why? How can we turn why into a suggestion? Why don't? Why don't? I have been eating too much McDonald's lately, and I have gained 5 kilograms. Can you give me some advice? What should I do? Okay, why don't you eat a salad? Okay. We all want to go to a party tonight, but we can't all fit on my bike. Bike only has 1 seat. What can we do? How can we all get to the party? Yeah, to go together, yeah. So why don't we take a taxi? Why don't we take a cab? Why don't we take the bus? We can all get on the bus together. So we can say why, one of our question words. What other question word can we use to make a question into a suggestion? How about taking a cab? How about we all take a cab to the party? So we can make our suggestion into a question. We can say, why don't we blah, blah, blah? How about doing blah, blah, blah? We can also advise in a strong way. We can say, you had better. British English, better. Americans, better. You had better, or you better do something. You better come to class. You better come to class. so you can have a good grade. And one more way to give advice, you can put yourself in the person's situation. If I were you, I would blah, blah, blah. I would blah, blah, blah if I were you. Can you say if I was you? No was. Only were. If I were you, I would do something. So here are some ways that we can give advice. We can say we should. We shouldn't. We ought to. I would suggest. I suggest that. Why don't? How about doing something? You had better, or you better. If I were you, I would blah, blah, blah. So these are some ways that we can give advice on how to do something. Bad habits. Do you have any bad habits? What bad habits do you have? We call that a couch potato. Are you ever a couch potato? Not a couch potato? I don't have a couch. I'm a chair potato, maybe. So what are some bad habits? With your group, I want you to think of 5 bad habits. Do you have the problem of staying up late?
Yes.
Me too. Every day. Number 2, overeating. Overeating, number 2. Do you have a bad habit of overeating? Eating too much. Number 3, sleeping too late. Do you have this problem?
Yes.
Staying up too late, sleeping too late. Smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have this bad habit?
My neighbor.
Your neighbor.
My neighbor, yes.
You smell the smoke?
Always.
5, drugger. What is drugger? Number 6, playing cell phone for a long time. Do you have this problem? Yeah? Okay. What do you do on your phone? Play games? WeChat? Not WeChat, Line? Watch movies? YouTube? Instagram, okay. Buying something unnecessary, number 7. Yeah, you have this problem. Who did number 8? Who did number 8? What is a procrastinator? Yeah, you say, I have to do something today. No, I will do it tomorrow. I need to study right now. No, I will study tonight. Number 9, eat garbage food. Junk food, eat junk food. Do you have this habit? Bad habit? Yeah? Very easy in Taiwan. A lot of junk food in Taiwan. Fried chicken everywhere. Yeah? 10, dislike studying. Is that a bad habit? No, not a bad habit. Mobile phone addiction. Kind of like number 6. Yeah? Number 12, being a picky eater. Are you a picky eater? What is a picky eater? What does this mean? Yeah. Maybe you only like to eat one kind of food. I only eat French fries every day. I don't eat fruit. I don't eat vegetables. Only French fries. The only thing I eat. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. French fries. I'm a very picky eater. So here are some bad habits. One of the bad habits that we talked about was staying up late. We can also say you are a night owl. I am often a night owl. So a night owl is someone who stays up late. Sleeping too late. We can also say sleeping in. I sleep in often. What else can you say? I sleep in seldom. Yeah? Seldom. I seldomly sleep in. I sleep in seldom. Okay. Smoking is another bad habit we talked about. You can say, I'm a smoker. So, in English, we have the suffix er. What does er mean? So verb plus er is one who does the verb. Smoke plus er is a person or something that smokes. So dance plus er, dancer, one who dances. So if you are addicted to something, you are an addict. So if you are playing your cell phone for a long time, you are a cell phone addict. If you buy something unnecessary, you can be called an impulse shopper. Impulse. Impulse. Does anyone know what impulse means?
Stop doing that.
Yeah, or quickly. Doing something quickly. So you're shopping. If you're an impulse buyer, oh, I need this. You put it in your basket. You go shopping. You go shopping, and you are checking out at the counter. You are waiting, care for, and you see candy bars. You didn't come to buy candy bars, but they're right there. So, impulsively buy candy bars. Procrastinating. The verb is to procrastinate. Procrastinate. To do something later, or to say you will do something later. Yes, I have to write my paper. I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. No, I will do it tomorrow. You can say, I am a procrastinator. The suffix nature is like er, one who does something. I am a procrastinator. I am one who procrastinates. You know the word narrator. The narrator of a story or a movie is one who narrates. Eating junk food, not garbage food. I know in Chinese it's very similar, yeah? But we say junk food in English. Or you can just say eating junk. I eat too much junk. So I eat too much junk food, or I am a junk food addict. C-H-O, alcohol. I always spell this wrong. Alcohol. Alcoholic. So we have alcohol. Yeah. Workaholic. Shopaholic. It's the same as like addict, kind of. Someone who does something a lot. So holic is another suffix that you can use. Shopaholic, workaholic, alcoholic. Okay, so we talked about these bad habits. We have smoking, drinking. Is drinking a bad habit? Being late. Is this a bad habit that you have? And eating junk food. How often do you eat junk food? Good. I eat junk food 3 times a week, period. Okay? 3 times a day. How often are you late? I'm seldomly late. I am never late. Taiwan style. I am usually late, yes? So we can use our adverbs of frequency. So I have a bad habit. I am always late. What do you think I should do? Can you give me some advice? Sleep earlier, because I am always late. So I have some problems that I have right here. Let's see here. This one is, I stay up late often. I stay up late often. What should I do? What should I do if I stay up late often? You should turn off your lights, turn off all your cell phones. So these are ways we can give advice. I have some here for you. And adverbs of frequency as well. So what I want you to do with your table. Okay, here is my problem. Okay, I stay up late all the time. It makes me feel very bad in the morning, and I'm always late to work. What should I do? Well, if I were you, I would go to bed earlier. I would stop watching TV. I would turn off my phone. Yeah, turn off your phone. So, here are your problems that you have. One at a time. Take a card. Tell your table, what is your problem? I want to lose 20 kgs. What should I do? You had better cut off your leg if you want to lose 20 kgs. So, here are your problems. I will give you 4 minutes. You need to give advice for every problem. 4 minutes, advice for every problem. Go. So we talked about giving advice. If your friend, you have a friend that has never been to Taiwan before, what advice would you give him or her? They want to come to Taiwan. What advice would you give them? What about, where should they go? What about safety? Your friend is going to come to Taiwan. Before they come, they say, hey, you live in Taiwan. I want to go there and travel. Can you give me any advice? You say, yeah, I take English class. I can give you advice using English. I want you to think of 5 points of advice you can give. Okay? With your group, and then you will come here, right here, and say, if you are visiting Taiwan, these are the 5 points of advice that I would give. First, if you are visiting Taiwan, I suggest that you try the trains, ride on the trains in Taiwan. If you are going to visit Taiwan, you should go and try food at the night market. 5 things with your group, and then you will come here in front of everyone and give me 5 things, okay? So today, we talked about giving advice, and we talked about bad habits and some problems in Taiwan. That is all for today. Thank you. I will see you next week.